What's up everybody, how's it going? So I just wanted to announce quickly to everybody that I just released some new colors of the Adrenalin off-road decals onto my website. You can choose from either green, red, or blue, and then of course the original black color as well. So those are up on the website right now, same price as all the other decals, only $5.99. All my American viewers out there, you guys can rep that red, white, and blue. But anyways guys, enjoy this video and make sure you stay tuned for the sequel to this video next Thursday. Alright guys, so obviously I have to change some stuff on my truck back to stock, unfortunately, due to the silliness of where we live here. So basically in this video right now, what we got here is we got my muffler that I'm going to be putting in my truck. As many of you probably know, I don't have a muffler in, and that's actually required here, as it is in a lot of places. But anyways, shout out to my buddy Danny for hooking me up with this muffler. I have absolutely no idea what it's from. As you can see, the exhaust tip is pretty small and shitty and sucks. But anyways, had to make a huge puzzle basically to make it so this can work with the exhaust I have on my truck. This is a 2 1/4 right here, and then this is a 2-inch on this side, and then I have 3-inch piping where we're going to be putting it on. So basically I'm going to show you guys how this all goes together right after I cut off this little pipe right here. Alright, so our weapon of choice for today is the Sawzall, the trusty Sawzall. So we're just going to cut this off, plain and simple. Alright, that's garbage. Okay, so now we got our 2-inch end here and our 2 1/4, 2 1/2, I forget what it is, and I'll show you guys how this is going to go together here. Alright, so all the stores that I looked at locally for reducers, they didn't have anything 2-inch to 3-inch directly. They only had 2 to 2 1/2 or 2 1/2 to 3. So basically what we got here is we got 4 different ones, 2 for each side. So that's gonna sit in like that. It doesn't have to be perfect or anything because I only have to have this on for like a couple hours anyways. And then we got the other one here that just fits over top of that like that, and then my exhaust pipe will be here, the 3-inch pipe. So that's that side. And the other side's a little bit smaller, 2 1/8 to 2 1/2. Then we're gonna throw over top like that and clamp that on. And then we got the same one, the 2 1/2 to 3, that'll go over and we'll clamp it there. And then boom, this will sit in my exhaust system if all goes well. Alright, so this is a chunk of pipe right here that I'm gonna be cutting out. And it's got a hanger here and a clamp, but we're gonna have to cut that out too. Okay, so we're putting the 2 1/4 inside this pipe. Right now we're gonna clamp everything together. So it's a pretty tight fit already. You know, just gotta fucking shove it in there. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to work. We gotta keep that in mind right now. Alright, so we got a bunch of clamps here. So we're gonna use our 1/4-inch clamp on this bitch right here. Alright, that's good now. Alright, so we got our first piece of the puzzle on here. Got it clamped on real good, real tight, so that's definitely going to be airtight as fuck. So we're putting on our next piece right now. So here we got our 2 1/2-inch clamp, which is going to go right here. Alright, so we got our finished product on one end of this muffler right here. And this will just fit, hopefully fit perfectly over the 3-inch piping that's on the truck right now. Alright, so we got our other end finished up here. Got a 2-inch clamp, 2 1/2-inch clamp. Boom, just like that, going on to the 3-inch exhaust pipe. So, with the muffler like this now, we should be good to go. We'll put it facing this way, with the front of the truck over here, flowing in, and then flowing out like that. So, I think right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go cut my exhaust pipe now, and try to get this to work. Alright, so we're going to start out with cutting out 28 inches of this pipe from there to there, and we got Bay film in this ordeal with their safety glasses.
What do you have to say about that?
That is one. We have two. Also, benefit of having a lifted truck we can do this whole operation, this whole little project here without having any jacks, without having to jack up the truck off the ground. Any other vehicle, there's no way you'd be able to just hop underneath there and work away.
A few moments later.
Alrighty, so we got our chunk of pipe cut out from underneath there. Don't need that anymore. But unfortunately, we ran into a problem, of course. Nothing can go too smoothly. So the 3-inch over diameter that I have here is supposed to go over this pipe, but they're the exact same size. So we got my new exhaust set up right here. Got to whip to the store right now to buy another piece. So let's give this little setup a listen here. All right, we're here with the pops. What are we doing?
We're gonna cut that reducer off because it's not the right size. So we got the grinder here, the face shield, the gloves, and the hearing protection.
Just gonna send it, let's go.
Here we go.
So this right here is a 2.5 ID to a 3 OD, and what we needed was a 2.5 ID to a 3 ID. So that's what we're gonna go pick up now, 2 of those. So we'll be back to this.
6.5 hours later.
Alright guys, so we finally got the finished product done right here, so I'll show you guys. Alright, so my new shitty exhaust setup. Coming from the front of the truck here, we got this 3-inch to 2.5 inch, and we got a 2.5 inch pipe in there converting to this one in there. You can't really see it, but anyways, we got that all clamped down to this enormous muffler, which is gonna make my truck sound like shit, and it's gonna suck. And then same thing on this end right there, going out to the back. So that took a little while to do, but the puzzle's now complete. So let's fire this thing up and see just how terrible it sounds. It sounds like shit! Let's rev this. That is absolutely makes me want to cry. Here's a little comparison clip right here. Well, it's definitely a little bit sad to hear the truck like this, but anyways, the muffler's in. I kind of stopped filming there for a little bit just because I wanted to get that shit done, and it was taking a long time, but ended up cutting out a few more slots from the piping in there to be able to fit all that piping on. So basically we ended up just banging on those 3-inch reducers and then kind of sliding everything in one way and then sliding in the other way and then clamping it like that. Was a little bit tricky, but we got it done, so that is that, folks. So now all I gotta do is change out my headlights and taillights real quick, swap those out, and I'm gonna pop out the lenses in my fog lights because I can't have smoke lenses, so I'm not gonna have lenses at all. And then for the light bar, I'm just gonna put black tape on it because it won't shine through, so that'll work. So at least that's good, and I cannot wait to get that off. Alright guys, well unfortunately, I had some really terrible luck with my truck this morning. That right there is my rear drive shaft. U-bolt snapped and this thing fell out, and I was cruising on the highway, heard this loud bang noise. It's got some pretty good dents in it there. And then look at this end. This end's fucked completely. Look at that. That is fucked up. So, holy shit. So luckily, this is the benefit right here of driving a 4-wheel drive truck. I'm able to put it into 4-wheel drive and still drive with just my front tires spinning. The thing is though, right after this happened, I tried to throw it into 4-wheel drive and all it was doing is making a grinding sound. So I thought I was gonna be fucked completely, but I wait a little bit, turn it back on, and now it's in 4-wheel drive and I can drive it. So basically, I'm gonna drive it home, which is like 10 minutes away, and then I'm gonna go take another vehicle to the city and go look for a new drive shaft, and then hopefully I'll be able to get this done tomorrow. We just picked up our new drive shaft here, well used, but it's not all banged up and fucked like the other one is, so there we go, looking good. Check out this part right here though. I don't know how that happened, maybe hitting the highway or something, but yeah, that's what it's supposed to look like. Not at all like that. So yeah, we're gonna go home and try to throw this thing in the truck. Alright guys, so I've just been working on getting the rest of this old drive shaft out of there. The yoke was still stuck in there. You can see how it just snapped clean off right there, which is pretty freaking ridiculous. Like that, but just had to pull that out of there. And then we got from the back, you can see this this U-joint. Look at that shit. This was on the back of the rear drive shaft. This U-joint's completely fucked. Completely fucked. And including this piece right here. Got chips taken out of it on both sides. Alright guys, check it out. Managed to get the new drive shaft in. Just bought it for a test ride. Seems to be doing just fine. But there is one thing that I noticed that is different, and that's when I put it into 4-wheel drive, my 4-wheel drive light doesn't come on anymore. It's kind of random, doesn't really bother me, doesn't really make a difference at all actually, but yeah, it's the one difference that I actually noticed so far. So anyways, now I'm gonna have to throw that muffler back in and then be good to go for the day.